It's a sports algorithm preview for Monday, April 25th, 2022. There are 3 sports on the schedule today that we follow with the algorithms. We have NHL, we have NBA, and we have a shortened MLB schedule today as well. Let's talk about the first NHL game. 2 teams that are not competing for anything right now, Philly and Chicago. Philly at least has been playing a little better, including a win yesterday against Pittsburgh somehow. Chicago has been playing terrible, so slight underdog line for Philadelphia here, but this game, anybody can win this game here. These teams really aren't playing for anything, so not too much on the NHL slate today. How about basketball? We're in the middle of playoffs. Some interesting things on the basketball algorithm today. You can see that we've got 2 underdogs at the top of the list with better health percentages than their opponents. So that's the Celtics and the Jazz. Thinks both of them will win. Also thinks the Sixers will beat the Raptors, hurting a little bit, but the margin is really close here. So the Raptors are hurting a little bit, so it's more of a questionable game, but down at this margin, it would say take the Raptors plus 7.5, but really got to look through that injury report to see who exactly is hurting here. You can do that by opening this up and seeing which players are hurting. I'll do that real fast. If we go back to the results, but we're looking at the Raptors here. So if we open up the Raptors right here, you'll see it is Fred Van Vliet. Looks to be the person who's substantial. And what is his injury? Hip. Hips don't heal very fast, depending on what kind of bruise it is. So that's the NBA look. But certainly those 2 picks. Look at that. Utah Jazz plus 135 here. Get 3.5 points with them. So that's basketball. How about baseball? Shortened schedule today. I was a little happier with what baseball did yesterday for the most part. So taking a look at today's list with 2022 pitching stats. That's the newest year's pitching stats, which are lighter, but they are current for this year. We've got 7 games here. We've got 4 underdogs up top, or 4 favorites up top, and then 3 underdogs below. You've got limited pitching stats with Sam Long against Milwaukee there, but San Francisco is playing great ball. That is a really great line. Cleveland just about even money, and then Boston slightly over Toronto. Big pick of the day is apparently the Mets with Max Scherzer over St. Louis. St. Louis hasn't played as many games as everybody else due to some rainouts early on in the season. Let's take a look at this with 2021 stats. Hold on a second. I know we can't do it with Sam Long because he only has 2022 pitching stats, and I don't know what it was prior to that. But here, if we're looking at all these games here and we're saying, all right, well, these are the ones that we think are going to win based on 2022 stats. Let's now try to change that to 2021 stats for everybody that we can. And we can do it for everybody else here, and we'll see what that looks like. Still have Scherzer up here at the second, Dodgers over Arizona. So now it's starting to look a little bit more like the Vegas odds makers, except we do have Cleveland over here up at the 3rd pick this time now over the Angels. Houston over Texas, and still San Francisco. That's because Sam Long's stats are fantastic with 0 ERA and .64 WHIP in his 4.2 inning start here, but as you can tell, really limited stats there. So that is the look. If there's a pick of the day, it's going to be somewhere either I guess the Mets are at a better line here, and they were on top with 2022 stats. So I guess the Mets are the pick of the day for baseball. The pick of the day for NBA is either going to be the Celtics, or probably the Celtics because they have the 14% margin here, so you want to stick to the top and go with the Celtics. But the Jazz plus 3.5 is also a good pick here. And then that hockey game where you can either go with the Philadelphia Flyers or you can go with the over there. All right, good luck, everybody. May all of your picks be winning.